Hey, yeah, what's up? This disciple Marcello Kearns back up in this rain, back up in this. Hey, yeah, anti-illuminati too, also all day. Yeah, I wanted people to know something concerning my actual blood brother, ex brother. That's what I say. I want him to know something. One of y'all to know something about the story because y'all hearing a lot of this, y'all hearing a lot of that, but you haven't heard the full facts. You know what I'm saying? Remind you, that's not you. Literally your brother. That was my brother. So, so I can fluently talk about things while you can't. You don't know. You don't know the mindset. All this. Have enough time in history to see everything as it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know. Excuse me. So, I think I could tell it a little bit better. I think I could tell things, but that's for all you people yapping all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't know really what happened and how it really was. You know what I'm saying? How the definition of things really was. You know what I'm saying? I know how it was really between me and him. And that's what you need to know. You don't. Okay. So the whole reason this war started, like I told y'all before, was because his wife lusted after me at a 4th of July gathering, 2010, 11 years ago. That's how this happened. That was his motives. So all of this war was also I'm gonna give you the full portrait. This war, him making up this different definition of who I am, was all this all caused was this was a catalyst to cause COVID-19 and all this happened. All these Illuminati people driving around, all this. This is what this. I'm finna let you know what you supported. You supported somebody that did this for a woman. Yeah, this all happened because of a woman. This didn't happen because he was sexually abused. No, this ain't. Me and my brother had a whole full relationship, and he know that was not the definition of me and him and our relationship. He knows that was not what defined our relationship. Let me say that again. He knows that is not what defined our interactions, our relationship, my perception of him. I did not see him as a sexual object. That's ridiculous. He knows that. He knows I didn't see him as no sexual object. All the times we smoke weed, that's the true telltale sign. Yeah. You intoxicated, drunk, ain't nothing come across my mind. Yeah. That's that part. Yeah. That's when demons manifest. Much as me and him smoke together. Okay? So this war started based on him thinking that his wife has sex with me. And this is how I know. A member of my family volunteered this information. They told me that it was a rumor in my family that I slept with his wife. Now, look, nobody even came to me. I still love my family, but nobody came to me and actually even told me. Yeah, like this came up just on a conversation on the phone one time as we were talking about my relationship with my brother, then that came up. If I would have never had that conversation that day, I may still not know. I don't know. Because no one was forthcoming with that information. You see what I'm saying? No one was forthcoming with that information, bruh. You know, and so just imagine this is how people were secretly seeing me and my family. Like I slept with my brother. Excuse me. Like I slept with my brother's wife. This was the perception. I slept with my brother's wife. Remind you, they stayed on the east side of Charlotte. They stayed on the west side of Charlotte. I stayed on the east side of Charlotte. So, and I was staying with a fully grown woman at that time, driving and everything. You know what I'm saying? So how would I come from, everybody who live in Charlotte would know how ridiculous that is. How would I come from the east side of Charlotte all the way to the west side of Charlotte to sleep with his wife? And when would I do it? And how would I do it? When I'm staying with my girl on the east side of Charlotte. That part. But yet you got all these different labels, but it's always a woman in my life. Okay, so even the time where people are talking about that it was when they said it was a rumor that I slept with his wife, whatever that time period was, 9 times out of 10, yeah, the time that he was married, I was with a woman all the time. Like most of that time, I was with a woman. Yeah, they got married about 2009, 2010, 2011, and 2012. I went to New York. 2010 to 2012, I had women, two at one time. I was back and forth between 2 women to the point they was talking on the phone to each other. That's how I had it. So yeah, I'm this crazy person, you know what I'm saying, this weirdo, and I got 2 women talking on the phone about who I am. Come on, man. Come on, stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me, America. Put some respect on mine. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I'm saying? So let me show you also how it was. Now, let me explain something too about that rumor. Tremaine, the family is not even close to Tremaine and his wife. They're distant to the point where how did they even find that out? Because none of the people in our family have a relationship with Tremaine's wife or Tremaine, really. So they don't. So how did the rumor even get in the family? How did somebody come? How did somebody see or hear about it? Where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? It had to come from him. He had to be telling people that that's what happened. He had to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's what adds up. So that's why, see how it all adds up? I'm telling you it is about a woman, and definitely it was a rumor about that same woman in my family. Put 2 and 2 together. It was already a rumor in my family about the same woman that I'm telling you is a catalyst for his whole motives. It was his whole motives. It was a catalyst of this war, and it was his real foundational motive to try to attack me. Yeah, that was the whole reason. And I'm telling you, when it happened, she moaned in front of everybody when I was like telling some jokes and talking. She was like, It was like uncontrollable, like she said it in front of everybody. Yeah. It was like an uncontrollable oomph of lust. And I heard it and I concealed it and I never thought about it again. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then I went and lived with my brother after that. And he was funny towards me. When the 4th of July came around, the 2 years later, this dude, I'm living with him. He done took the TV and the DVD player upstairs, and I was downstairs all 4th of July night by myself. He was trying to punish me for what happened. How does that make sense? Me and him didn't fall out. I was looking at fireworks. He called me a big kid for looking at fireworks. And then, like, that's all he really said. and we didn't have no real words. Then he took his TV and the DVD player upstairs for the 4th of July when I was living with him. Because he was mad that his wife lusted after me in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, that's my belief of why it happened. And I'm telling you that it was a true rumor in my family that went around saying I slept with his wife. Somebody volunteered this information to me. It wasn't my perspective. It wasn't my opinion. It wasn't my theory. Someone said to me and my family that that it was a rumor that he slept with my wife, that I slept with his wife. Now, let me show you the perspective of how I am with my brother. When we was in the world, not as Christians, when we were younger, I offered him one of my females. You know what I'm saying? So how do you label me as some weirdo when I offer you one of my women? That sounds like a cool big brother. That's what it sounds like. I get married before he do. He pushes up on my wife, and I check him. He starts crying at a Christian convention because I told him, "Yo, you pushing up on my you kind of close on my, you playing my wife too close." That was my only words I said to him. I didn't say it loud or nothing. We was literally in an arena, like at a Christian conference. Now, speed you up to when we older. This is in 2006 in Atlanta. We was at a Juanita Bynum conference. So my wife and I were married at the time. My brother didn't have a wife, but to not feel alone, he brought some woman with him. I mean, yeah. I guess that's to make it not to be alone or something like that. But they weren't even married, and they supposed to be Christians. So I don't know what was going on. I can't call it. All I know is maybe it made him look like he wouldn't be lonely because I got a wife. So when we get to the conference and stuff, we got food in this room, and the food is all on the table for everybody that came. It's like a vacation, so we all got our motel rooms. So while we getting food. Everybody getting food, he's getting food for my wife. And then he goes like, yeah, she might like this. Yeah, she'll like this. I promise God, no, I'm not lying, bruh. I'm not lying. I can't make this up. And I let him go. I gave him a pass on that. You know what I'm saying? This is still at the conference, the church conference. I gave him a pass on that. You know what I'm saying? But every man knows the boundaries that you don't cross. That was real funny. I'm sitting right there. I can get the food myself. But you're taking this initiative to get my woman some food. That's weird, bruh. That's weird, man. And it's just weird with a brother situation. And he already knows at that time he had already knew she went behind my back when I was living with her dad and seen some other dude behind my back. My ex-wife bought clothes when she went to go see this dude, bought clothes at the mall, money we didn't even have. We was living with her dad. She bought clothes, came home, took a shower, kissed me and said we might not make it. He already knew this because I came back up. I went back home after that happened like a month later, weeks later, a month later, something like that. So he already knew this. Come full speed, speed ahead. We get back together. Now we at a Christian conference. My brother already know this. He giving my wife food and everything and talking about in front of me now. I could get the food myself. And that's what everybody was doing in the motel. We had one room, the room we was in, it was food in the room for all the people. You know what I'm saying? If he got the food for us, that would have been different. But he's sitting right in my face, and then after that, then that's when it happened when I was telling you about. When I told him he playing my wife too close, then he was pulling us, like, we were sitting together at the conference, and he had some kind of energy towards her. It came off that way to me. And I had to say, yo, you playing my wife too close. Tears started running down his eyes. He started crying. Right there, man. Then he gonna go get my mom. He gonna go get my mom. Now my mom got this look on her face. You know what I'm saying? Like she mad at me. But she don't know the funny things like the food situation and all this and how weird that is. That's like super weird. Give you a better example, show you how it's weird. Think about it as two sisters. They at a vacation. One of the sisters is fixing food for her husband, for her sister's husband, talking about, yeah, he might like this, when she can easily get it herself. I was just standing there waiting because must have been so many people. I was just waiting for them to get what they needed. Meanwhile, he's sitting there talking about, yo, she would like this. Yeah, Ashley will like this. Like, really, bro? Then they had this like energy, like when he was talking to her at the conference, like we were all sitting together. That's when I checked him. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he is when it comes to other people's wives. That's how he's acted in the past with my wife. He ain't got no history that he can bring up where I did something that was off towards his wife. He got no history of that. Only thing I told his wife is to be herself. What's wrong with that? And I said that right in front of him. And I didn't say it like against him, like, yeah, be yourself, because he might try to not let you be yourself or something like that. I'm just saying she was quiet, and some people might find that funny. But I said that as to just be yourself. Be yourself, don't change. You know what I'm saying? Because she may feel self-conscious about maybe she doesn't talk enough. That's all it was. That's all I said. I didn't go into any other detail. So that couldn't have been taken out of context. But that's what I'm saying. He got jealous because she lusted after me, and that was her country fault. She a country girl that, I don't know, maybe she hasn't been around guys with charisma. I'm not saying he doesn't have it. I don't know. But that's what happened, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can see how I interacted with how he interacted with my wife. Doing questionable stuff. Ain't no man gonna sit here and tell me you will feel cool with that. If listen, your brother and your ex and your wife live in two different states. They don't talk like that. They don't have no energy where they even fluent, like talk with each other on their own. Ain't none of that energy there. We met at a conference, us coming from Florida, my brother coming from North Carolina. We all met in Georgia. We wasn't staying together. We wasn't living. There was no fun. There was no energy. They didn't have that real family energy between them. He talking about he getting food for her. And I'm in the room. I'm clearly right there. He talking about, yeah, I'm gonna get something for her. Because he wasn't married. And see why he wasn't married? You know what I'm saying? He had to do like when he was around us, I think he was just burning with jealousy. That's what I think. Because to a certain degree, okay, you're a Christian. Why are you gonna bring a woman to a conference? That's a setup. You a Christian, bro. Well, y'all gonna get a room. How did you know we was gonna let you sleep in the room? That was a last minute decision. So where you gonna sleep at? You couldn't have slept in any other room with your mom and dad. So where you gonna sleep at? You had to been sleeping with her. He went that far to make it seem, to me, it seemed like he went that far so he would have a woman to be like, yeah, I got a woman too. And he wound up not even being around her. And shouldn't he been getting that woman something to eat? You see what I'm saying? You see how funny that is, man? You done brought a woman and you trying to get my wife some food. Talking about, yeah, she'll like this. Wouldn't you find that funny, man? You know what I'm saying? That's funny, man. And then put two and two together. Some kind of funny energy. He not even with the woman, so now we let him go along with us. They fell out or something. So he was just with us. That girl, whoever he brought, Josiah, her name was Josiah, he brought this girl, and they didn't even, for whatever reason, I don't know what they fell out about. I don't know what it was, but she went her own way. So that forced my brother to be with us. But then he should have just been cool and laid back. He's like, kind of some funniness with my wife, man. I promise you, man. And even if you don't agree with that, it still is a checking for the food situation. Like, yo, you playing my wife a little close. Why you feel like you need to give her food and stuff and I'm standing right here? Man, nah. I should have checked him for that. That's what I'm telling you. So even if the situation and him interacting with my wife, there was nothing to that, it was still a reason to check him for the way he was acting about feeling so needed to get my wife some food. Like, it was weird. That's weird, bro. That comes off as weird, man. You know what I'm saying? And he already know the stuff I went through with her going behind my back. So you would have been a little more sensitive. Even teenagers understand that. Even teenagers understand, yo, that's his girl. Let him get the food. You know what I'm saying? But because he understands now as a man, he probably do. He wouldn't have done that as a man, but he was still a young man. He didn't understand that thing. That's why initially I let it go. But once we got to the conference and he was like where the girl left and he was with us and the energy was funny, I was like, nah, you playing my wife too close. Now I let it go. Like I said initially with the food situation, I let it go. But then I was like, nah. With the situation with the being the third wheel in that situation and then not falling back as the third wheel, like kind of like had some energy there. I just went ahead and nipped it in the bud. You know what I'm saying? That's what a real man would do. You know, if he felt that I slept with his wife, because he's the only one that could have put that in the family. If he had felt that way, he should have came to me as a man. You know, and I would have shut it, but it's ridiculous. I would have came to and then here's the thing. This is how I know it's about a woman. Okay, how are you gonna label me as some weirdo when you hit on one of my women? My girlfriend showed me the text and everything. This is like after that happened. After this happened. Then I divorced my wife. You know, I'm back with women, multiple women. I get a girlfriend. She becomes a friend of the family, whatever. Back and forth with her. Then the last time I was with her, after I came back from New York, she shows me a text like, you seen what your brother did? Man, he done text her about her body and everything, man. He done text her about the body, her body and everything, her vagina. I seen the text. So I did what a man would do. I said, you get on the phone, you call him, and you let him know you're with me. I didn't confront him. That's what a real man would do. And then later, I said, yeah, man, I told him even about the room in the family. I was like, yeah, I heard it was a room in the family that I had slept with your wife. Me and him are out in the world. We not with my mother, we are out on the streets where we could talk as men. He like sidestepped that whole situation, like he didn't know what it was about. But he was the one that had to say, because he would have been a little more shocked. He would have wanted a little more information. He didn't even ask me where the information came from or anything. That's how you know. Now, if I told you that somebody said in the family that you slept with my wife, I would have wanted to know details. He didn't want to know nothing, because he was the one that probably put that in the family. He's paranoid enough to where he thinks that he ultimately, and it was multiple other occasions where he felt that somebody slept with her. So he had this paranoid thing going on. You know what I'm saying? And so I confronted him on that. That's the man I am. Yeah, I was like, man, yeah, I heard. Now, why would I say that to him in his face? I ain't got no reason to be scared of him. I'm not in North Carolina half the times. So why would I bring that up? You know what I'm saying? In that kind of confrontational way, man, nah. So I confronted him on that situation. You know what I'm saying? And for the record, the man that my wife went behind my back with in my marriage, this person was off limits too. And we had already had a discussion, and she still went and seen him. And after I divorced her, she told me herself after the divorce that she still slept with that guy. That was an issue in our relationship. So she still had sex with him. But that was after the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So that's the nature of my wife. That's how she was. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted you to know about my brother, like what he did, everything he did. So yeah, man. He went around telling, he was the only one that could have said that there was a rumor that I had slept with his wife, unless he had to have said that. You know what I'm saying? Because our family is not close enough for them to be interacting with, to see it, to see me with her, or some, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. So somebody brought that information to them. Somebody did. You know what I'm saying? So it had to be him. And his signature for him is how jealous he is. You know what I'm saying? So all of this, I want y'all to know, all this, what y'all think y'all doing, all of this because this dude was jealous. That's his motives. Jealous over his wife, thinking I slept with her, trying to get revenge. That's a sucker move. I can't say it no other way. That's a sucker move. Because if I felt that my brother slept with my wife, I would get rid of her. I don't care. And then I would wait a long time, and I probably would be cool with him. That's why it's a sucker move. You gonna do all this against, and you ain't got no way to change the history anyway. If you know what I'm saying, that ain't gonna change the history. You know what I'm saying? So, but that didn't happen. I'm saying in the case that it did, you couldn't change it. Once it's done, it's done. So, but I would have got rid of her. You know what I'm saying?